welcome back to Live, Love, Life, and Travel. This is your girl Shamika, and if you're new here, welcome. Just to let you know, I usually try to upload on the daily, and I upload my travel videos every Monday through Thursday and my free talk videos throughout the weekend. So if you're interested, please hit that subscribe button. Welcome back, guys, to a Free Talk Friday, where I talk about whatever I want, and today's topic of conversation is fluoride. Fluoride is basically in Western countries anyway, especially in America, fluoride is basically in everyone's home. When you turn on your tap, all the water that comes out, it contains fluoride. Fluoride is in a lot of bottled water and also in our toothpaste and other substances. So way back in the day, when I was a little bitty kid, the government decided to put tons of chemical fluoride in all our water filtration system without any permission or consent on the American citizens' behalf. They just sort of put it in there and just said, by the way, we put fluoride in your water, it's a chemical and it's dangerous. The reason why they decided to do this was, they say, to make sure we don't have any teeth decay, and I'm just not buying this. It is pretty well known today. If you do not know, fluoride is actually really bad for you. It's a horrible chemical, and it's not even like the fact that they say, they don't even mention that the fact that children at a certain age, when they get a buildup of fluoride, can be really detrimental to their health. And fluoride also causes tons of problems. It messes with testosterone development, estrogen development. It messes with your serotonin and your dopamine levels in your brain. And it also completely calcifies your pineal gland inside your head. Some people might say, like, well, why would the government want to put a chemical in our drinking water that is dangerous? And if you don't think it's dangerous, if you look in your toothpaste, it usually says do not digest. And if you do digest this, then you should call the emergency medical system or something like that. And it seems very strange to me that something you put in your mouth, you cannot digest, and if you do, it's considered a poison. But this is also the same chemical that they put in our water. Back in the time of Adolf Hitler, during the horrific time of the Holocaust, they also used the same substance, fluoride, in the water of the Holocaust prisoners and victims. Fluoride is known to pretty much dull your senses, to dumb you down and make you more passive. So yeah, if you follow me for a little bit, you kind of may get the sense that I don't trust the government, and I kind of have a zeitgeist sort of mentality where I believe there's a lot of things that go on behind the curtains that causes us harm as citizens without our acknowledgement. I mentioned before that fluoride calcifies the pineal gland. And why is this important? The pineal gland has been thought many years ago, and it was called the seat of the soul. It was seen as the way, or an antenna of some sorts, to be more intuitive, basically, with our surroundings, and maybe to even things that we are not aware of with our own visible senses. And by the time when you are born, when you're a newborn baby, your pineal gland is pure and it's clean and it's completely full, working at 100%. By the time you're about 12 or 13 or mid-teens, it's completely calcified. That means there's a part of your brain, a gland in your brain, that you're not able to use because of the fluoride that is in your water. So not only does it stop or inhibits the growth of testosterone, estrogen, and heightened stress levels, it also is cutting off your ability to access a part of your brain. If you want to know more about the pineal gland, and maybe I'll do another video about it another time, but you should Google it. It's actually really interesting. So again, why would the government want to do something like that? Just think about it. Of all the things that's wrong in this world, the fact that there's still people starving in this world, not just in America but everywhere, there's still poverty, there's still not equality, there's so many other things that could have poured all this money into, but they decided to pour how much, whatever it is, if it's millions or billions or whatever, hundreds of thousands, just to protect our teeth. And it's not even doing its job if that was the case, because tooth decay is actually increasing. So if that was the case, then we'll all have pearly whites and nobody would have cavities. But the fact that you really think they've just bypassed all the other important things that they need to take care of in this world just to protect our teeth. And mind you, it wasn't like there was a tooth decay epidemic in America when this happened. It wasn't like millions of people teeth were just rotting out of their mouth and nobody knew what to do. We still did have toothpaste, and it was pretty much doing its job, even though toothpaste do have fluoride in it and it's quite dangerous. But still, it's not like we were just in need of some emergency tooth 911 help. But all of a sudden, without our consent, without our permission, without any warning, without telling us, they decide to pour these tons of dangerous chemicals in our water to just protect our teeth, which isn't really doing its job anyway, and has other horrible side effects that can really be affecting your life. And one of the reasons why this is important to me, because we do have an epidemic in America and in Western countries where we are a pill popping nation. We're constantly taking pills because we don't know how to, because depression is on the rise, because anxiety is on the rise, because all these other mental and psychological disorders are on the rise. It's because of the things that we just put in our bodies, like our food and the water. And this is why I feel like it's important for people to know these things, because instead of reaching for a pill or some medicine, which I'm not saying that medication doesn't have a place to play in our lives, but a lot of times just taking something out of your diet or adding something into your diet can also really, really help you. I'm going to do another video about all the foods that can actually help fight, combat, or even cure depression, and other natural things or other ways or activities that you can do help fight depression. But a lot of stuff that we actually put in our bodies is really, really actually hindering us. And so this is why I think it's important for people to know this. And I think a lot of people are starting to become aware of stuff like this, but there are still a lot of people, because you might not drink your tap water. Like, I stopped drinking tap water when I was like a little kid because my mom was also a conspiracy theorist, and she told me a long time ago that the water was poison and not to drink it. But people also aren't aware that fluoride is in most bottled waters also, and in toothpaste and other things. And so just to become more aware of it. And I know people are in different stages in their life and people have different finances, so you might be like, look, I can't just go ahead and start buying all, like, you know, Smart Water or Evian water. What else is there? What's my favorite water? Fuji water. Those are actually really good waters, by the way, if you want to drink bottled water without any fluoride. And so, yeah, so the fact that Hitler used the same chemical to dumb down, numb, and make his prisoners more passive, and now the government is using that same exact chemical, I can only guess what the reason was for. And so you might say, okay, well, how do I combat this thing? How do I stop putting fluoride in my diet? Once again, don't drink the tap water. And if you do drink the tap water, you can get a fluoride filter to put on your tap. You can buy spring water or pH water, and just most spring water has no or too little fluoride. Stop using your toothpaste that you're using with the fluoride in it. Again, no non-fluoride toothpaste. And also, some people say even get a shower filter because the fluoride can still seep into your skin. And now I'm not saying you have to do this all at once and go out and completely change your life. You can start implementing these steps one by one by one. Like right now, like I pretty much just try to drink spring water. That's like pretty much my step that I'm taking, and just becoming more aware of that and knowing in the future I want to up those steps, so I'm to the point where I'm completely eliminated fluoride out of my diet. There's also ways you can de-fluoride water too. There's videos on YouTube that you can find how to de-fluoride water. And there's foods that you can actually eat that help decalcify your pineal gland in your brain. I'm not sure off the top of my head. Maybe I'll put a list here on the screen. But I know pineapple is one of them. So there's ways to get it out of your system and then stop putting it in your system, because it's not good for you. And yeah, the fact that, again, that it says on the back of your toothpaste, if digested, contact your emergency contact room or whatever. tells you right there is something not good about this chemical that they just decided to put in all our homes. Also, water is really important to our health. And it's not just so you have good skin or good hair or a clean digestive system or so you can lose weight. Dehydration is actually a big problem in the States, and not the fact that people actually feel dehydrated or they're like collapsing because they aren't hydrated enough. It's the same video like I made a video a month or so ago about taking deep breaths, because if your brain doesn't get enough oxygen, it cannot work properly, it cannot regulate your emotions properly, and it cannot handle stress properly. It's the same thing if you're dehydrated, the same type of effects. Your body and your brain cannot work properly if you are dehydrated. You cannot regulate your emotions, you cannot handle stress and anxiety. And again, I point these little things out, and these videos are not my most popular videos at all, but I am aware how big depression and anxiety and stress and all that stuff is big in this country and in other countries, that I feel like it's important to try to get the message across, even if one person hears me, that just adding something to your diet can really help you combat all those things. So you might not feel like you're dehydrated, you might not be panting or sweating or tired or anything like that, but you have to make sure you're getting your right amount of water in your system. Don't jug like a gallon of water at once, because you can get water poison. That is a real thing because it happened to me. But just make sure you're getting the recommended amount of water, and I guess it is different between like size and age and height and whatever, but stay hydrated. It does play a big part on your mental and your emotional stability. It also plays a big part when it comes to chronic fatigue. Just drinking water can make you feel so much better if you're feeling really tired. A lot of times when we wake up in the morning, we grab coffee because we feel tired. A lot of times you wake up and you're tired because you are dehydrated, and grabbing coffee is almost the last thing you want to do because coffee dehydrates you even more. Drink water first and then drink your coffee. And if you wanted to step it up a notch, like add some lemon. Lemon is really good for you too. I don't know what that was, but lemon is really good for you, for your mental and your emotional health, but also for your physical health and for your digestive system. So drink water. Yeah. So that's it. That's the end of my video. What do you think about this? Do you think I'm overreacting? Have you heard of these things? Do you agree with me? Have you already defluoridated yourself? Let me know in the comment section below. Like this video if you like it. Share this video if you want to share it. And if you want to continue to follow me on this crazy game called life, please subscribe. And thank you from Live, Love, Life, and Travel.